All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going to completely transform how you approach personal growth and, that incredibly frustrating feeling of just being stuck. We'll be exploring some really profound insights drawn from a comprehensive framework on living a good life. And we're zeroing in on a crucial turning point in personal transformation. So if you've ever felt like you're constantly fighting yourself, you are absolutely in the right place.
Because let's be real, we've all been there. You want to change, you know you need to change, but you just find yourself clinging to bad habits and self-sabotaging behaviors anyway. It's a deep, universal pain. The source material actually calls this the perennial struggle. It's like this invisible weight or a quiet discontent that just runs right through the human experience. It's that intense tension between who we are right now and who we desperately want to be. And the very first thing you need to know today is that if you feel this way, you aren't broken. It's literally just part of being human.
Now, to understand exactly why we stay stuck, we have to completely reframe how we view our flaws. We tend to judge ourselves so harshly for our so-called character defects, right? But the source provides a fascinating perspective here. These aren't moral failings. They actually started out as survival tools. They are coping and defense mechanisms that you originally developed to protect your ego and your worldview, usually when you were pretty young. So they're difficult to let go of because they feel like a natural part of you. They haven't made you a bad person. They have just outlived their usefulness. And just imagine the tension we feel standing at the edge of this metaphorical abyss. On one side, we've got our old self. Sure, it's flawed, but we cling to those familiar habits because, well, they're comfortable, they give us the illusion of control. But on the other side is the new life. It's this incredible place of growth and transformation, but getting there requires us to be totally vulnerable. Leaving our comfort zone is terrifying. It's like standing at a doorway knowing you have to drop all your old, heavy armor behind if you want to walk through. Which brings us right to step 6 of the 12 steps, often referred to as the revelation stage of the hero's journey. Step 6 simply states, be ready to change. Notice it doesn't say force yourself to change instantly. It is just a state of readiness. It's that precise moment you realize your protective behaviors are keeping you stuck, and you become truly willing to let them go. It's literally one end of a bridge that connects your old life to your new life. You're basically standing at the threshold of miracles.
Part 1, the work of revelation. Let's look at how we actually prepare for step 6. Because while being ready sounds super passive, it actually requires some very deliberate, courageous inner work to prepare your mind. To reach that true state of readiness, the source outlines 4 distinct exercises. First, you review your personal inventory, just looking really honestly at those character defects. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, you identify the payoff. Ask yourself, what temporary relief or protection am I actually getting from this bad habit? Once you understand exactly why you hold on to a flaw, you understand why you fight so hard to keep it. Third, acknowledge the very real harm this flaw causes you and others. And finally, visualize change. Imagine what your life would actually look like if you were totally free from these tendencies.
Moving on to part 2, the focus. This is where we get into the 6 B attitudes, which are 6 simple precepts. Now, as you're doing all this heavy lifting, you're going to need some serious support. You're preparing to cross a terrifying bridge of change, right? So you need the ultimate survival gear to do it safely. While you are waiting for that transformation to click, you need something to anchor you. The author calls these the B attitudes. These are not complicated, exhausting actions you have to force upon yourself. It's a mindset toolkit. They are 6 simple, really beautiful precepts designed specifically to assist you with becoming truly ready to change. So here's the roadmap, and it's incredibly clear. We have 6 simple precepts. Be true to my values. Be nice to others. Be here now. Be open to change and uncertainty. Be calm, and be content. It's essentially the perfect checklist for daily grounding. Let's break down the power of each specific precept, starting with the very first one. Number 1, be true to my values. Ever since childhood, we absorb rules and expectations from our parents, society, the media. We put on all these masks to be seen as good or smart or successful. Being true to your values means actively stripping away all those external societal expectations. It's about figuring out your authentic inner compass, what truly matters to your core identity, and then aligning your daily actions with that truth. Number 2, be nice to others. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but it is profound. Remember that perennial struggle we talked about earlier? Every single person you meet is fighting their own intense version of it. Approaching people with respect, genuine empathy, and kindness doesn't just help them, it actually eases your own journey.
When you drop the judgment and practice compassion, you completely free yourself from the heavy burden of resentment.
Number 3, be here now. Okay, the source material drops a massive truth bomb right here. Time does not exist. Think about it. The past is over and completely irretrievable. The future is just an expectation. They're illusions. We torture ourselves with regrets about yesterday and anxieties about tomorrow, but the only place you can ever enact real, tangible change is right here, in this exact moment. Mindful presence is where your actual power lives. Number 4, be open to change and uncertainty. This one's tough because it requires releasing the rigid need to control every single outcome. We often suffocate ourselves in these tiny, rigid boxes of our own making simply because we fear the unknown. But new knowledge and true wisdom, that can only come from outside your current worldview. Stepping out of your familiar, comfortable box and embracing the unknown is literally the absolute only way miracles can enter your life. Number 5, be calm. Think of your emotions like winds that blow through you. They are very real, but they are not you. Cultivating a calm, peaceful mind allows you to manage those emotional triggers effectively. When you take a breath, pause, and make space for your emotions without immediately judging them, you give yourself the incredible gift of choice. You can respond with wisdom rather than just reacting blindly out of fear. And the 6th and final beatitude, be content. This really brings the entire toolkit together. Look, contentment is not giving up, and it's certainly not settling. It is simply accepting reality exactly as it is right now, without demanding immediate perfection. If you're constantly fighting your current reality, you can never actually work with it. Contentment gives you a stable, solid foundation to stand on while you do the hard work of growing. Part 3, overcoming resistance. Because even with these wonderful beatitudes, as you stand on that bridge, you're going to face the unknown. Your unconscious mind hates leaving its comfort zone. You might feel a sudden spike in fear, or even find that friends and family push back against the new you. When we're asked to change, resistance bubbles up instantly. So when that resistance hits, and it will, notice the power of a simple reframe. When you look at a really deep-seated flaw, it's so easy to fall into the trap of rigid denial, saying, "I can never give this up." Your mind just shuts down. But the solution? Shift to a gentler, more honest stance. You simply say, "You know what? I'm not sure I can give this up right now." That tiny, subtle shift from never to not right now replaces panic with self-compassion and keeps the door to change wide open. And here is the ultimate reassurance from this entire framework. You do not have to be perfect. Perfection is a complete myth anyway. To cross the bridge from your old life to your new life, the absolute only requirement is your sincere willingness to try. You don't have to force the transformation yourself. You just have to prepare your heart and mind, lean into those beatitudes, and be genuinely ready for the change to happen.
The tools are in your hands now. You know why you hold on to the past, you know exactly how to anchor yourself with the beatitudes, and you know that willingness is all it takes to begin. Your new life is waiting right there on the other side. So I'll leave you with this one profound question to think about today. Are you ready to cross the bridge?